Flosstube, it's Janet with Janet Jabber. I'm coming at you with episode 111. If you are new to my channel, I hope you like what you see. Subscribe, comment, do all the things. And if you're a returning friend, thank you for stopping by again this week. We have tons to go over, and I actually have a tip. We have a giveaway, winner, giveaways to giveaway, all the things. This is a loaded episode. And I want to give a shout out in the regards to if you are returning and you've not subscribed to my channel, hit the little bell down below and subscribe. It just lets you be notified when my videos are up. So I'm going to jump right in with a couple little updates and stuff like that. So first I want to say thank you for the love for the haunted house. It was so much fun, as I mentioned last week, and it is almost completely tore down. The guys worked hard this weekend. They did not successfully get it all down, but we are super close. So that is good. And then I want to talk to you about, I had a question about this ivy plant. You can't see the bunch of it today with how the camera's, but I have this ivy plant that's usually in the background of me. And someone asked me, how often do I water it? And I wanted to share this all with you because this is a beast and I am not a indoor flower keeper of any sort. So this thing gets watered when I find my son or my husband's water bottle just sitting around that they didn't empty all the way. Or, I mean, like, seriously, if I walk in here and I notice, I'm like, oh, have I done that in a while? So then I'll throw some water its way. But I am not the person to ask about the love of plants. But this baby's been around for a while. It actually gets draped on hooks and stuff because this vine is so long. Before long, I'll be able to like put it around my windows in here. So I just wanted to share that because it was super cute. It gave me a really good chuckle when I was reading through the comments because, like, yeah, I'm not a green thumb. I want to share with you something I did this week, and information will be in my haul, but there is a new store over in Huntington, which is where I originally was for like 35 years. I was there from the age of 17 until, I don't know, 40 something. But anyway, a new little craft store opened up in the downtown strip, and I have got a couple pictures here, the front door, and just their cross-stitching supplies, which they have cross-stitching supplies, a lot of fabric, and yarn. So it was fun talking to, it's a mother-daughter team, and I was able to talk to the mother, and that was super fun to talk to her and just like bounce about social media and the business and how the love of the small stores is still out there if word gets out about them. So keep them in mind. I hope you like I don't know, maybe you can give them a little bit of love. And I did mention to them, since they have fabric, like sometimes those are like often sought after, only one. I mean, I learned about fabrics that it's only a one run. So anyway, just little stores like that are the ones to keep in mind. I will attach their information at the bottom of my video, but we're going to move into what we got going on. So first off, I want to share my featured friend, Sarah King. She also has a YouTube channel. I will link it below, but she is sharing with us her blue Moroccan lace. I believe this is a what is the one that is the same all the way around? It's super intricate, and there's like different beads and fancy flosses. Something, I don't know what it's called. If I remember, I'll put it here. If not, you guys are just all yelling at the screen at me, so sorry. But Sarah's work is absolutely gorgeous. I love watching this come along. And if you get a chance and are interested in finding a new floss tuber, go give Sarah a little love. She is super close to the 1,000 mark. Along with that, I want to mention, yep, you saw him poke up. We got some Opie love this week too. He has figured out like to come in here and sit when I'm recording. So it is what it is. I want to get a reminder again in the links below. The next couple things are linked below. The Happy Mail form, if you would like to just randomly get a card in the mail, get signed up on the Happy Mail. I should have something going out probably this week in regards to getting the Thanksgiving cards out and some love for that. And again, you only have to fill that out one time. The next one is the Buy Me a Coffee link that's down below, and I want to thank Fran and Aaron for your generosity and love this week. Again, that helps with the mailings and the little goodies that go out. All right, so Opie got a little bit of love last week. Everybody was like, "Oh, I love seeing Opie. He's a sweetie pie," but he likes to try to steal the show. Not really. All right, I'm gonna put him down so I can show you my cross stitching. You gotta go down, baby. All right, so we had a giveaway last week, and the winner for that is, I'm gonna put it here. I believe I looked it up and her name is Charlotte, but her handle is CHARJ57. So you will be getting a courtesy of Fran, the Christmas Ornament 2021 magazine. So thank you very much for playing along, and I hope you want that. If you don't, let me know that that's not something. I just did, everyone that commented had a shot at it. So if that's not something you're interested in, let me know and I'll spin again and we'll go. I want to show you a little trick real quick before I get into the stitching. I used to be a bobbinator. I say it wrong every time, and my little Amy Loves Toes cracks me up. But I love the floss drop technique now, but I still have all of them. I didn't like take them all off. I've showed you how I store my floss, but when I kit up a project, I throw them on a floss drop. Well, I want to show you, see how kinky that is, and people talk about that. When my daughter was getting ready to leave, she also straightens her hair. I don't straighten my hair. When you see my hair straightened, that's because I've had it done or she would have done it. But when she was getting ready to leave, she had a mini straightener. Now, if you're not familiar with this is, it takes these curls and it'll straighten it. But there are plates in here that are just ceramic plates and they heat up like hot. This one doesn't have a temperature setting, but anyway, I just want to show you this little technique. I've read about it. This is just DMC. All I'm doing is applying heat. There's no water, there's no nothing. But if I do this, I just wanted to show you. I do it a couple times. I hope that you can see this. And what that does is it goes from this to this. So that is super cool. It is an amazing trick for, I found out about it on here somewhere, or maybe one of the groups. I had another one. I wanted to do this other one real quick while you were with me. But just as a little tip, don't go out and buy one of these, but it's Christmas time, so they could just be like dirt cheap, basically. But again, kinks are all gone. Super fun. I'm gonna turn this off so I don't burn myself. But I wanted to share that little trick in case it's something that you've never seen before. So it just takes the kinks out and lets it lay prettier. All right, so let's jump into the stitching because you've been here for a while, and I have finishes, and I'm so excited to share my finishes. First off, I have to move my stuff around. A little bit of noise, sorry, I was almost prepared. I'm gonna grab my pile of finishes and move them in front of us. All right, this one was not a planned finish right now, but I'm super excited about this. If you recall, I have been stitching on Blackbird Designs America. It was loaned to me by a wonderful lady that found out through the Instagram what was my unicorn chart, and she allowed me to borrow it and stitch it. And I was so blessed because my husband is a veteran, which this week is Veterans Day. And I have my American flag, and I have another thing that I've stitched in honor of him. So I want to have my American wall. Well, I did not want to stitch the words across the bottom. I'm popping the chart up here. So where it says America, I didn't want to stitch that. So I put a thing out to my girls that I'm in the round robin with and asked their thoughts. And they were like, no, don't stitch it. And they said, actually, don't even fill it in. It looks gorgeous the way it is. So I'm going with what my girls said, and I'm calling this done, and I am so excited to share this. This is America by Blackbird Designs. So you saw from the picture, it was supposed to say America down here. I didn't really want that. And then this was all supposed to be, I believe, 645. So it was all going to be filled in and full. And I originally was just going to leave it framed so you could see a little bit of this prettiness, but they convinced me to leave it this way. So this is finished. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Robin, for letting me borrow that chart. I'm going to get it out to you this week so that it gets back to you before too crazy of holiday mailings are going on. But I absolutely love this. I can't wait to get to the framer and go from there. That is a super exciting, non-planned finish. Yeah, So my next finish, I didn't know that I was going to get it done, but it was super close, so it just worked out. If you remember, I have the Lakeside Needlecraft book that was from 2020, so this is the winter version of it, and there are just like, I think 60 designers in here with small charts. I believe they're supposed to be just 60 by 60 or 50 by 50, I don't know, but, and they have like a color palette. All the designs were supposed to be using that, but anyway, this is my finish. This is by Tiny Modernist. It's in the book. It has no name on it. I just called it Winter. So I made a few changes into here. I was having problems with the color of fabric that I chose. Some of the flosses matching up. So a few changes, not many, but love how it turned out. Love how it turned out. So that is a finish for now. I mean, not a finish for now. This one is a finish for now. This is my Black Needle Society's Autumn and Stars Hollow. I had that retreat this last summer, and this is the piece for it, and it is finished. It is a full coverage part. This is the autumn section. This is on 18 count. Love how it turned out. I made a mistake. I modified. It looks great. It will not affect it. It's like one row. It's not going to affect it. Anyway, this is a long, narrow piece because I'm going to put all 4 drops together. So I believe the next one is summer. Spring, summer, I don't know. I'll know when I know. But anyway, it's finished for now. So that one's going away. And that's another wrap. All right, so that's my finishes. I hope next week when I come to you, I can have a few fully finishes. I would love, my craft room is so close that I would be able to go in there and get a couple fully finishes because I feel like I finish a lot and I don't fully finish a lot right now. But I know it could just be the season, but it's the season. All right. My next piece to show you is my queen, which I show you her every week. I am doing my Autumn Queen Mirabilia. It is on a 28 count Joe blend by Sparrow by Collar and Cotton. And this is where she's at, and she's so pretty. This is where she's at. I lost her. So I'm working more on the bodice, and then I think it's gonna poof out more in this direction, but just plugging along. I do 30 minutes a day on this piece. Today my 30 minutes involved a tiny bit of rip out and then put in, and 30 minutes is what I got. So it didn't get a lot of progress today. My next piece that I've mentioned, these aren't never in any order. These aren't like, oh, I did that and then I did this and then I did that. I just like show you. I put them in a pile and that's what I do. My next piece is Save Her Life by the Black Needle Society. Also, this was from their retreat this summer. It's being stitched on a 32 count French lilac by Picture This Plus. I picked Lugana, and that's what I got in the chart. And again, I have a mistake on this one too, but I'm just going with it. So this is where I'm at. I got the rest of the stars in, and I started the words. I've got a couple fill-ins that I need to still do, but what I did was all the stars and the outlines of the moons and Save Her Life and all its, and I have one more word to put in, but I do not have enough space at the bottom here to put my moth in. I messed up. It's off like by 4 things. So I think this was a bonus one that came in it, and I think I want to put him in it instead. It's called Moonrise Snail. I think I'm going to put him in that open space and call it good. But we'll see as I progress there if that is what I get to do. The dark fabric is more difficult for me to work on, but I know that. I don't think that's where my mistake came from, but it is what it is. All right, my next one, and it's getting so close. This will be done this year. I have all kinds of faith. This is, I'm going to put the picture here of Positivity Rules. It's being stitched on a 22 count Ada. It's a mystery blue by Be Stitch Me, and this is where I'm at on it. I would love to go ahead and get the rest of this done, but I'm super close. I have this, one more word and the door, and this will be done. So love it, and it's coming along. That one, my goal is to get that finished by the end of the year. Yeah, but I have a lot of plans for Christmas time stitching and stitching for this fall. So, but I have faith in myself. My next one is the piece when I tell you I'm going to keep a red head all the time because it reminds me of my daughter. This is Dreaming Girl by Barbara Anna, and I'm popping it in here. It is stitched on a 32 count Azure Blue Lugana. It was the called for piece. and I have another section done. So since I saw you last, I'm just going to show you. I basically, from the lighthouse this way is what I got finished. So I believe there's like 2 more sections in this Sal, the underbody of the hair and all this. So basically what's left is from the bottom of her head all the way to this way, and this was done. I just bring it out when, like, I don't know, it's calling to me, or mama needs some extra love for missing her daughter. Now, don't get me wrong. My Lizzie calls me every single day, and I'm very grateful for that. But there's just times that mama feels in a funk and pulls that out and gives it some love. So my next couple of things are my Mill Hill Monday, my weekly stitches that I do. So Mill Hill Monday, I'm stitching on this Autumn Harvest is the line, and it's the red cap mushroom. And the progress I made on this, super happy with. A lot of times I'll just do 1 thread on this because perforated paper is a bit for me, but look where I got. I believe I put all the green in and the stem of the mushroom in since I've seen you last. And yeah, so it's coming along. This probably has 2 more weeks, and then I'll be on to another Mill Hill. I like doing the Mill Hill Mondays. I've had a few people comment, you're gonna have a zipper, sorry. I've had a few people comment that, hey, I'm gonna jump in and do that, what Janet Jabber's doing. So do it. It's just, and don't, perforated paper is different for me to stitch on. So I really just do 1 thread sometimes, and that's just it. My next one, it should be a finish next week. Fingers crossed, it's a finish next week. This is my Wicked Wednesday, hands-on design, scary apothecary. I always say it wrong. Coffin paint, and this is where I'm at on it. So I just need to fill that in, do some back stitching and smeared crosses, and this will be a wrap. So let's hope for this one for next week. Depends on how my week goes. That is my stitching on fire. I have a new start this week, and it is actually the one I was showing you the trick on for the straightener. So this is a friend on here sent this to me, and it is Thankful by Hands On Design. This was part of a So Much to Love does the bag of the month, and this is one of her kits, like from 2019. So everything was in there, so they just didn't want to stitch it, and this is where I'm at on it. This is it's actually really fun to stitch, so that'll be, I'll knock that out pretty quick I think so anyway. So that was my new start for this week. All right, if you stuck along this long, please do not leave. I still have some really cool stuff to show you, and right now we're gonna put the giveaways in. So what I wanna know in the comments for this giveaway is your favorite thing to eat this time of the year. Whether it's this time of the year or Thanksgiving, it doesn't really matter. I am trying to come up with possibly a different menu for Thanksgiving. So yeah, and last night I had told my husband last week, the thing that made me sad as we're going into the season was that I didn't get one of my favorite meals this time of the year. It's green bean potatoes and sausage in a stew, cook it up, cornbread. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. Well, because I've not been able to find green beans around here. Well, yesterday when we were doing our shopping, green beans, I came home, I'm like, can we have this today? And it was a little warm yesterday, but we did it anyway. Oh, the love. And my son came home from work last night and he was like, I love this time of the year and the food that we have. So it was super cute. But so anyway, for my giveaway, I'm going to show you what I got. We got 2 this time. So you're going to say 1 or 2. Tell me your favorite food and then put 1 or 2. The first one is a Raise the Roof. I don't believe this company is in business anymore. Well, I know they're not in business anymore, but these charts, sometimes you can still find blah, blah, blah. This is called turkey dressing. Look at those on the line. This is one of the series to where this again was donated for me to do as giveaways. So if you want this is number 1. And number 2, this one is from the Goodies from Fran. It's all about fall. This has the little box, and inside the little box are those pumpkins. I'm not sure what else is in there because it's not opened, but I feel like that's in there. Yeah, anyway, hopefully it's in there. It's never been opened, so whatever is included in this is what was included. So surprise to us what's in the box when you get it, but this would be number 2. So that is our giveaways for this week. Next, let's move into a little bit of haul, just a little bit of haul. I went to Michael's and I was on a search for, because if you remember, I told you I needed I was going to put beads in on a piece that I finished last week, and I haven't done that yet. But anyway, I went over, and they don't have Mill Hills, but they have these. You're not going to be able to read it. I don't think you can be able to read it. No. Anyway, these are number 11 seed beads, and I bought 2 black ones, one that's shiny and one that's matte, for me to put as far as like eyes or noses and stuff like that when I need to do it. So I picked up these 2 little things. They're like $5.99, but I had 20% off coupon. And then I picked up this little guy, which is just a wood shadow box that I'm going to paint up. And I watched somebody that talked about some kind of like wax glaze or something. I don't know what it is. If you know, comment below, because I want to get that. I do. So anyway, that'll be a finish, used for a finish of some kind soon. Along with that, somebody else had asked, I have a couple more purchases that I'm jumping topic, but someone had asked where I figured out my sizes for my, when I went down and said they're big, they're large, medium, small. I can't find it. Stitch for Stash is what was suggested. I joined both of those groups. It's not there. So if any of y'all know, please give me a shout, because I don't know. I watched another Flosstuber, and I feel like it's Sammy J, of like, she had said it in her last one what the formula was. I wrote it down and then I lost it, and then I thought I figured it out again. So I don't know. I probably need to go watch a video or 2 back of Sammy's, and maybe she'll mention it, or just send Sammy a message. She would totally answer me if I sent her a message. All right, back to haul. I told you I went to the fiber. Oops, sorry, loud noise. Fiber Alchemist. That's their little symbol, or their logo. And I want to dig in here because my receipt. All right, so Chris is the one I was speaking to, the mother. As far as, and like I said, I'll put their website down below. All I did was pick up some DMC flosses. Not DMC, sorry. Some specialty flosses. And now I can start a chart that I didn't even bring in here with me right now. But it was one of mine that I wanted to stitch for the month of November. So I'll be able to start that. And then they had like a bin where they just had some scrap fabrics for like $1 or $2. So I got those for finishing. And I'll be going back there definitely. Yeah. My other thing is I'm in Lynn X Stitches Bag of the Month Club. I want to show you, I'm going to pull one thing out because I don't want to show. This is the back side. If you're in the club, oh, I should have said that. Hopefully you didn't. Hopefully you already cruised through. Anyway, this is the back. This is the front of the bag. And she always includes a few goodies. So I got a tea. I wanted to share you these. A piece of candy. I'm going to share you the little trinket she shared. Oh, wait, you get a needle minder. I'm all over the place. I love this little needle minder by Rebel X Stitch. I want to show you the chart that came with it as I'm making messes. I'm going to bring it from the side because the kit is on here. So that is the chart for this month in her bag. Super cute. And this is what I want to share you. The 614 Stitcher evidently made these for the group. And I've heard a couple other floss tubers recently say, what is this? It's just a needle. It is not just a needle. This is actually a very cool invention. I have used this for years. So this is a cute little one to go with the theme. There's 2 needles, and I'm going to pull them off here, and they're attached to thread, okay? These are called counting needles. And before I learned the trick to where if I had a whole long line of like stitching and doing, well, that's not even the trick. I'm gonna finish that trick. That's not what I use these for. But now I have a trick. Like if I have a whole long line of borders, I'll put 9 half stitches, and then on the 10th one I do the full X, and then 9 full X, so that I can count over like 30 if I needed to. Well, if I had a starting point on a fabric and I needed to count over like I don't know, 20 spaces, and I lose my count all the time. So I like recount it multiple times. These can be used to where you count over 10, put this in your thread, count over 10, put this in your thread. Now I'm at 20, count over 10, put this in your, I say thread, fabric. And now I'm at 30 and I know where to stick my needle. That's what these things are used for. So you don't lose, like if I was to like miscount, I got something in there to mark it and I can just go back and remember. So these are super cute, and yeah, it's just 2 needles and they're usually bigger, like the 24 needle or something, so that they're a little more for you to hold on to. But this is a cute little counting pen thing. So I have used those in the past, so that will become in handy. So thank you very much, Lynn. Again, sometimes she has, I don't know if Lynn, do you sometimes add extras? If not, you can still follow her on Instagram and she'll post up bags and you just please them. I think that's where she does everything at. But I will include that information. Oh, there it is. I will include that information below as far as her Instagram handle. I think that is. So that is, that's it. I also received a piece of mail from my sweetheart, Daylene, and it was such the cutest little thing. So she sent me a card and just a little sweet note, but inside the note, she included some of these floss drops. And this is her dog Maisie's nose. Amazing Grace is her name. And she's a little stinker because she's a little puppy, and Daylene is dealing with puppy stuff. How soon we forget. They're so cute and lovable, but you got to go through a couple years of puppy things. I'm still doing that with my German Shepherd, who is not even 3 yet. But thank you very much for this, Daylene. My other puppy, Opie, that put an appearance in here, he turned 4 this weekend. Yeah, that's so cute, little puppy. He'll always be my puppy because he's so small. All right, so what I did this weekend that I'm super excited about, and it goes with my plans, is I worked on kitting up projects. So just getting the flosses out, straightening them, putting them on my stuff. So I had a lot of progress, even into like organizing a little bit for the month of December. But I actually have those specialty threads that I picked up at Fiber Alchemist. I need to dig back out here. They are, I did bring it in here. I just put it at the bottom of a pile. They are for this. And I found out stitching with Sphinx. I'm gonna put her name here. She actually had this in a video a long time ago. She is big into quilting right now and not doing much cross stitching because she had an injury and basically had to shift, and she's also pregnant, so that changes what you can do at different times. But that's where I found that chart from. I remember I was going through to delete pictures off of my phone, and I found it like forever ago. And I was like, oh, that's where I learned about that chart. That's what I do. I screenshot other people on here when they're holding up a chart, and I'm like, oh, I want that. I need to remember. I need to look it back. That's what I do. All right, so that is my plans for the week per se. Just, I don't know. I don't have a lot of plans other than those themes, Middle Monday, Wicked Wednesday, and Festive Friday. So I don't know. We'll see what I stitch next week. How's that? I do have November plans, which I've shown you. So those will be started. Actually, this is another one. November plan. I pulled all the threads for it. I found a fabric from Collar and Cotton that'll look good instead of Country Mocha because I have it, so I'm going to use it. So this will be, maybe this will be a start this week, but this bag's not going to work because it won't hold this chart. Boo-hoo. It's a super cute bag and I want to use it. All right, so that's my stitching plans. As far as my personal plans, it's working. I actually was outside helping tear down the spook house stuff this weekend, and I got a call from my boss wanting me to come in early because there was no manpower. So I did that. I was like, let's be honest. Stay here and help, and it's cold and muddy, or go to work. I went to work. Anyway, I have a couple of days of that. This week is Veterans Day. So for where I work, that's a day off unless you're in the maintenance division and they entice you to come in. So I will be working. I know I'm jumping all over the place with plans versus what I did. So another what I did, I put my garden to bed for the winter. So I pulled all my plants out and cleaned up my beds, and that's all wrapped up and ready to roll. And I'm already thinking about next year's gardening and what I'm going to do there. I just have a couple little small areas, and it's funny, you just learn to tweak on what works best for you. So that is in the works personally. Yeah, That's it. Just stitching and doing a little bit overtime this week. That's it. So I'm going to let you go. This is a little bit longer video, so I hope you all had a great time. Again, if you're still here, my friends, and you have not subscribed, please hit the bell button below so you're notified when I have a message or when I have a new video up or a message. I mean, the community tab works. So I'm going to get off here because, you know, I tell everyone, oh, I'm just rambling now. And they're like, oh, I love hearing you rambling. But anyway, I don't have anything else to say. I don't know what to say. So I'm going to get off here. Keep stitching. Enjoy life. And I'm sending you so much love. Bye.